And Diana with Carol go to a gadget shop to buy some phone case or a new phone case. Diana and Carol's get into their parents' car, then go back home. Freddy and his parents go to IKEA to buy some stuff. Turn out that Freddy and Farah are actually a best friend during their childhood time. Hi guys, SHAHLIFE here, and this is step 3 on how to solve Rubik Cube by using stories. So before we start, we will have some recap. So in our first step, we choose our base, which is white. So we choose white as our base, and then we make our base have a plus sign like this. So that is the first step. The second step is we have two stories. Remember, we have two stories. So the first story is to complete the first layer, this one, the first layer, and then the second story is to complete the second layer. So that is the step 2. So now we are going to do the step 3, which is completing the surface. And in this step 3, we will have two stories to be told. Story number 3 and story number 4. Story number 3, we will use it for our surface to have plus sign. Okay, so we'll use story number 3 to have plus sign of our surface. Then story number 4, we will try to complete all. So we will have two stories. Okay, so as usual, before we start our story, we will have some rules to be followed. So for this step 3, you need to remember this. The first one is we need to identify if the surface have either L, straight line, or plus sign. So what is mean by that? So the first I told you, we need to identify whether it is L sign, straight line, or plus sign. So now we have L shape, right? L sign. So this is L inverted, right? So this is L. So you can see it, right? This is L. So this is like a small L. If straight line, it will be like this, something like this, or something like this. That is the straight line. And if plus sign, so you imagine this is yellow and this is yellow. So we have plus sign. So that is the first thing you need to identify. Okay, after you identify the shape of our surface, so now we can decide whether we want to proceed to story number 3 or story number 4. So if you have L sign or straight line, we will do story number 3. Okay, and if we have plus sign, we will start the story number 4. So now what we have here, so we have L sign, right? L shape. So if L shape, we will do story number 3. So before we start our story number 3, first you choose whatever side you want. Like what I mean side is like this or like this. You want whatever side you want. And then after that, you need to make sure this L shape is inverted, which means like this. This is inverted, right? Not the correct L. So we will invert like this. Now we can start our story number 3, which I call it as Charlie with his twin sisters have some fun with bowling. It's a long name, but you need to follow. Okay? First, Charlie with his sister go to a mall to play bowling. Like this. Charlie with his twin sister to play bowling. Go to mall to play bowling. This is Charlie. This is his sisters. Then their parents wonder where their kids are. So their parents go outside their house and try to find them. And try to find them. And then Charlie informed his sister that he want to go to toilet first. Then Charlie go to toilet there. And then after a while, their parents go back home again. Next, Charlie is done with his toilet things and continue play bowling with his sisters. And then after 1 hour and 2 hours of playing bowling, then they come back home together. That is story number 3. Simple, right? Yeah, that is so simple. So now we have straight line, correct? We have straight line. So we will do the same story, which is story number 3, which is Charlie with his twin sisters have some fun with bowling. So Charlie with his sister go to mall to play some bowling game. Their mother wonders, or their parents wonder, where are their kids are? And then Charlie go to toilet. And then for some reason their parents go back home again. Now Charlie is already done with his toilet thing and then continue to play bowling with his sister. Then they already done their bowling and go back home. Okay, that's story number 3. So now we have what? As I informed, in step 3 we need to identify what shape that the surface have, either L shape, straight line, or plus. Now we have plus like this. You can ignore the other cells. So now we have plus sign. Okay, there is a special case which this plus sign. If you got like a fish shape like this, so you imagine this is not yellow, right? Like this. So if you see shape like this, so the story is story number 4, but the rules is a little bit different, as this is not a fish shape. So yeah, we'll continue with story number 4. And first thing first, we have the rules, right? So every story we will have some rules. Okay, the first rule is you can choose whatever cell, whatever position you want as story number 3. And then now in here you only focus on this cell, which is the left upper left, this cell. So you can turn the cube, the upper part, you can turn it, and you need to stop until this part got yellow. This one is not yellow, so you continue scroll and scroll it again, and this is not yellow, and now we have yellow. So now we have yellow here, right? So you stop. Then we can start our story number 4, which I call it as Diana with her new phone case. So story number 4, we start with D for Diana. Diana with her new phone case. So first, Diana with his parents hanging out on their balcony. This is Diana and this is her parents. Sorry, I said his, right? But yeah, Diana with her parents hanging out on their balcony. Then Diana get into her car to pick up her friend, which I call it as Carol. So Diana pick up Carol, and then her parents go back inside their house. Now Diana and Carol go to a gadget shop to buy some or a new phone case. The weird part is Diana and Carol surveying the phone case until midnight. So this make Diana parents so worried. Then her mother called her, and now they return from the gadget shop. Now they already return from the gadget shop, and then they get into her parents' car. Then they go back. That is story number 4. So after each of story number 4, you need to look at the shape again. And now we have what shape? And we have plus, yes, but now we have a fish shape. So it's like a fish, right? So it's like a fish. So we'll continue with story number 4, but the rules will be a little bit different. So before this, we like this, right? We just focus on this, and then we need to make sure this have yellow, right? But now, if this is the case, or if we have fish shape, then we'll do like this. Okay, so this is the fish head, so you do like this, so it is facing you. Okay, next you look at the upper part, this one, and you only focus on either this or this. Which one got yellow? Obviously this one. So you turn the cube like this. You turn the cube with the yellow one. So we'll start the same story, which is story number 4. Before this, we start here, which is the opposite of yellow, like here, right? But if this is the case, we need to start from here. Okay, so Diana with his parents is hanging out in the balcony. Then Diana get into her car to get Carol, his friend Carol. Now Diana's parents go back home or enter their house again, and Diana with Carol go to a gadget shop to buy some phone case or a new phone case. Now they are in the gadget shop until midnight, so this make Diana's parents so worried. So they call her. They call Diana and to get back home. So Diana and Carol's get into their parents' car, then go back home. So now we have completed our step number 3. So I repeat again, the objective of step number 3 is to complete our surface, which is yellow color. So now we have completed our yellow color or our surface, then we can proceed with the next step, which is the last step.